From the heart of Wayne County, this is Wayne Goldsboro Television, Goldsboro, North Carolina. Today is Thursday. It is the 8th of September, 2016, and this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner.
Pat, we are at, where are we?
We're at the Cliffs of the Noose.
Cliffs of the Noose, and if you look over our shoulder here, you'll see the Noose, and the cliffs are right over there. And that's actually what they are. For those who have not been out here, if you're new to the area or you've never been out to the Cliffs of the Noose, these are actual cliffs. They're limestone cliffs that have been carved away by Mother Nature for several hundred years now. Wouldn't you say so? Huh? Yeah, okay. Anyway, they've been here a long time. There's an overlook. You can overlook everything. I do that all the time. But there's also a lot of growth, so the overlook is not as overlookish as it was at one time. Is that a word? I don't know either. Okay, here we go. Coming up on the 28th of September, we've got Wednesday, September 28th, a State of the Military. It is a Chamber of Commerce event. This will be held at the Goldsboro Event Center from 11 until 12, and it's absolutely no cost to anyone. However, an RSVP is required, and you can call the Chamber of Commerce of Wayne County and RSVP Linda by calling 919-734-2241, 734-2241. It is for military. The State of Military is a Military Affairs Committee event where the 4th Fighter Wing Commander, the 916th Air Refueling Wing Commander, and the Chairman of the Military Affairs Committee will all brief the community on the state of the base of Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, also issues of concern and achievements as well. It's coming up again on September 28th, and that's going to be a great event. I'd like to be there for that. Can we be there?
Yeah.
That's on a Wednesday night. It starts at 11. We'll just have to make arrangements. All right? Would you hold that, please? Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
A big fan.
Oh, okay. I'm a
Keep
fan of
bugs
yours.
away.
I'm a fan of yours. Okay. Voting? Well, that's coming up very soon. And I'll tell them about a couple of ways they can vote, but you also know how they can vote as well. All right?
Sure I do.
Sure, Wayne Alley. Okay, we've got, of course, you can stand in line and wait for a long time on November 8th and vote at your precinct. There's, I think, 30 or 31 at your precinct. Or you can vote early, and that all starts on October 20th. October 20th, early voting, and the early voting takes place at the Board of Elections office, downtown Goldsboro, 209 South William Street. And if you have any questions about that, you can call 919-734-1411, 734-1411, October 20th, the first day of early voting, and you can vote early voting at the Board of Elections office up until any day of the week, up until October 27th. And on October 27th, they open 5 other locations. Goldsboro Worship Center on New Hope Road, Little River Shopping Center, New Hope Friends Church, Mount Olive Train Depot, and Fremont Town Hall. And from that day on, all 6 locations you'll be able to vote at any one of those locations any day of the week up until November 5th, right?
Yes.
Or there's another way you can vote. Vote by mail, right?
Yes.
How do you vote by mail?
You can go to WayneVotes.com. You can download your ballot and fill it out, and you can send it back in to the Wayne County Board of Elections.
It's that easy. They verify everything. You go to WayneVotes.com, download your ballot, and boom, you fill it out in the comfort of your own home, wearing whatever you want to wear, whatever. And then you mail it back in, and then they verify everything. It's that simple. You don't have to get out of your house. You don't have to drive a car. You don't have to do anything. You just simply call and vote by mail.
That's right.
You don't even have to get out of your house.
And the absentee voting starts September the 9th, which is Friday.
Oh, yeah. Absentee voting starts September 9th. And you can check with the Board of Elections office to find out about that, right? All right. All right. Let's see what else we have here. All kinds of goodies. We got, oh yeah, the Wayne Shrine Club Fall Fish Fry getting underway. This benefits the Shriners Children's Hospital all over the country. The Shriners Children's Hospital, September 30th will be the Shrine Club Fall Fish Fry that begins at 11 a.m., goes till 2, and then again 4 till 7 p.m. at 3 locations. Fried fish, potato salad, coleslaw, and hush puppies, all available at the Shriners Fish Fry. If you're eating in at Herman Park Center, you get iced tea or water with that, and then of course they have a delicious dessert table as well right there. Drive-through at Herman Park. Those times, 11 to 2 and 4 to 7, drive-through at Herman Park, or you can drive through in Mount Olive on the south side of the county. Drive through at Mount Olive, right across from Mount Olive Center, next to Robert's Machine Shop on Highway 55. Easy, quick, getting in, getting out. Very simple. $8 a plate is fantastic. Love to the rescue, they're calling it. Love to the rescue when the Shriners help these children with the Shriners Children's Hospital, and all net proceeds will benefit the Shriners Children's Hospitals. Keeping in mind, of course, for every penny you give over that initial $8, all of that will go to the Shriners Children's Hospitals because net proceeds will go to benefit the hospitals. So everything over that $8 will go. I'll give $10 each time I eat, and I'll eat twice that day. All right? All righty. Let's see what else we have. Very quickly, the American Legion Post 11, day after tomorrow, this will be Saturday, American Legion Post 11, which is just immediately south of the fairgrounds on Highway 117 South, will have there and celebrate their 97th anniversary. Wayne Post 11 first chartered September 1919 and has been continuous with the charter since that date. They've got a big event coming up this Saturday starting at 1 o'clock. Lots of activities like cornhole and horseshoes. But these horseshoes will not have horses attached, and that's an important thing for your entertainment. The dedication and the ribbon cutting begins at 3 p.m. The meal itself starts at 5 p.m. It's $8 a plate. First responders get a special discount on the meal. They've got barbecue, pork, and chicken, and sides, and live entertainment begins at 7 o'clock, and vendors are welcome. It's going to be a grand time as the American Legion Post 11 celebrates their 97th anniversary. Congratulations on that. And one more time, very quickly, also Saturday at Providence United Methodist Church will have an eat-in or take-out barbecue plate thing, harvest sale and supper. Barbecue or turkey, right?
Yeah.
Providence United Methodist Church, Providence Church Road, Goldsboro. Plates are $8, barbecue or turkey. Eat-in beginning at 4:30, go until 7. Take-out up until 7:30. Harvest sale itself, the harvest sale will start at 7 o'clock.
Nobody in Wayne County should starve the weekend.
That's a fact. There's plenty of places to go get good food, good eating, and support some good causes. All right, let's take a look at our next interview that's coming up next. What? Did I forget something?
No.
She looked at me like, what are you doing? Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to look at listen to or have our next interview. Our interview coming up next on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Our guest today is Amanda Grantham of the Goldsboro Family Y.
Yes.
Appreciate you coming in. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me. I'm good. How are you?
Great. Fantastic. Always something going on at the Goldsboro Family Y. I mean, what a facility we have here. We're so proud of it. It's big and it's got everything.
Yes. Oh, it does.
Got everything, all kinds of
wide
exercise
variety.
equipment. If you have not been to our Goldsboro Family Y, you just won't believe it. A super, super, super sized Olympic swimming pool.
It's huge.
It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that.
Biggest one around.
But you know, there's 2 pools out there. Well,
Yes.
Tell me about the second pool. What's that all about?
It is our warm water pool. So it's a little bit warmer, but not like hot tub hot. But it's great for people who have joint problems, arthritis, fibromyalgia. A lot of exercise classes go on in that pool. A lot of the kids prefer to do swim lessons in that pool. It's not such a shock when they first get in.
Yeah.
So it's always kept a little bit warmer than our main pool.
And the main pool is the one that's just absolutely enormous. And people come from all around for
They
competition
do. We
in
have
that.
swim meets here.
Yeah.
People from Raleigh rent our pool out and have meets here.
Can you believe that? Isn't that great?
It's special.
It is special. That's great. All right, we got some stuff to talk about here. What are we
Yes.
talking about today?
So September is Childhood Obesity Awareness Month.
Okay.
which is great to bring light to the subject at hand.
It is, because it is a major, serious problem.
It is, and it was not a problem 30 years ago as bad as it is today. But now 1 in 3 children are overweight.
And why is that?
Healthy eating, lack of exercise, too much screen time, all the electronics. It's just a culture change. And so we are here to try to prevent that, because this generation may live shorter lives than their parents because of diseases that come about from obesity and childhood overweight.
That's a very
problems.
good answer. I would wonder, the first question I would have is why, or at what point did children start eating unhealthy? Because we always have. Back 30 years ago, I mean, we were eating, eating anything. We could eat all kinds of ice cream and all kinds of whatever, and breads and all that stuff, and then go outside and run it off.
Oh, absolutely. I was
and
never allowed to come inside till dinner.
Is that right?
Just send them outside. We'd go outside and play, and then we'd hear mom calling, run back in.
That's funny. I was not allowed inside either.
Yeah.
Ever.
And now kids don't go outside. I never see children outside
know.
like they used to be in
know.
our neighborhood.
Anyway, that's an ongoing problem, is childhood obesity.
Yes.
So what do we have?
So we have a program at the Y, our Change program, and it's targeted for children who may need help with their eating habits, or with maybe their energy level's been low, they haven't been exposed to exercise or healthy living. And so we have a 12-week educational program, and it meets 3 times a week for an hour a session. So it's 36 sessions.
Wow.
It averages out to like $2 a session, $2 an hour. And
Great.
they come to the Y, they have lifestyle coaching, they have fitness and nutrition help, they play games, they talk to the parents about recipes, and I think there's even like a hands-on cooking demonstration for the children.
Wow.
So it's just an overall total health program for our children to kind of counteract the culture that is sending our kids into obesity.
A serious problem it is.
It is,
And it's called the Change Program.
Yes.
And they don't pay at each, you pay
It's a one-time upfront
one-time
fee.
upfront fee.
So
Okay.
$75.
Okay.
And then they get 36 sessions for
36?
that $75. I know.
And so how often does this happen?
It starts, there's one starting later this month in September, and it runs for 12 weeks, and then we have another session starting in January.
12 weeks, so there's 3 times a week.
Yes, for an hour, just 1 hour.
Right.
Bring them to the Y for an hour. Yeah.
But you got to pick them up.
Yeah, you probably might want to, yeah.
Okay, you got to pick them up. You can drop them off, but you got to come back and get them.
That's right.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the floors are hard to sleep on. They really are. I know personally that they're very difficult to sleep on. So that people keep stepping on you, But anyway, besides all that, all right. Now, what else do we have?
So school has kicked off.
I've heard about that.
I don't know if anybody else has noticed the traffic in the morning, but I sure have. But that means that our after school is now in session.
Aha. After school
So,
at the Family Y.
Almost all the schools located in Goldsboro around the Y. We will pick your child up, bus them to the Y, and keep them until 6 o'clock. We will help them do their homework. They will get to play outside. They can have tutoring help if they need to, get some exercise, and then you just come by the Y on your way home from work and pick them up.
Wow.
And I tell you a benefit that I recently found out this week.
What is that?
As a new mom of a kindergartner, I did not realize the traffic in the school parking lot.
Oh.
So I had to pick her up just one day. I take her in the mornings, but she did not go to after school. One day at the Y, and I had to go sit in line for 35 minutes in standstill traffic, and I thought, you know what? Every penny I pay for after school is worth it.
It's worth it because you're sitting in line for a half hour.
I can just go pick her up, right?
Yeah.
So I can go pick her up at the Y and not wait in any traffic.
That's
That is
big
a benefit that I
That's
did
a
not
big
realize
advantage.
until this week. So
Just think of all the gasoline that you're running through your
I
automobile just sitting in
know.
one spot.
And not only do I not have to wait in traffic for 35 minutes,
Yeah.
but she gets people to help her with homework, and she makes friends and gets
Wait,
exercise.
Back
play
up on that.
outside.
You said you have people at the Y to help the children with the homework.
Yes. Even another benefit for parents. Their
That's-
homework could almost be finished by the time they get home.
That is big.
Yes.
That is really big.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it's great, and it starts at $75 a week for members. Members get a slight discount.
You mean non-members can take advantage of this?
absolutely.
Really? Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. Anybody is welcome.
Okay. So, what else do we have?
Let's see, what else is going on this month? We have totally overhauled our aquatics program. So this is
You're
exciting.
using different water now, right?
Yes, different blue water.
Different blue water. How do you
No.
overhaul the aquatics program?
Well, we have relaunched everything new in the last week or two. So we have brand new swim lesson structures, which is great. Any group lesson has been redone. All of our instructors are YUSA certified. They have a whole new curriculum. The kids get a really cute certificate when they graduate from their little swim lesson program. My daughter took them and she learned so much. She started swimming on her own after that.
Really?
And then we've redone our adult master's classes. So we have this program for adults like us. We can go in and learn how to swim better, like perfect our stroke mechanics, and we can use that just to exercise, or we could train for that triathlon that we keep talking about we're going to do.
Yeah, well, I'm just talking, you know, not today or not next week.
But it's meant for adults, recreational swimming or competitive swimming. So it's called our master's program, and you come and they're either early morning or nighttime classes, and you just can get evaluations on your stroke to help you swim better.
You know, the Goldsboro Family Y, you've got that gigantic exercise room with all that equipment in there. And you've got
Yes.
classrooms where you hold classrooms and you do Zumba and you do exercise
Yeah.
classes and dance classes and all this. Then you got rooms for the kids set aside for children to do their homework. Kids are goats. To do their homework, and you've got the elevated track upstairs. You got all these big gymnasium, racquetball, basketball, and all that. And that's an expensive operation. It is. But I hear people say, you know, I can't afford to go to the Family Y. Is that true?
It is not true. We do offer financial assistance because part of our mission is to make it available for everyone.
Well, there you
Regardless
go.
of race, gender, sex, anything, and including financial status.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, if you need help financially, you can contact us, and we have an application you can fill out, and we will get back to you on a rate based on the sliding scale.
Wow.
Yeah,
Make it easy.
we need to improve the health of everyone in our community.
So everyone's invited to go to the Family Y. And there are
Yes.
several programs that you mentioned as well, besides these, that not only members can take advantage of, but non-members as well.
Right.
And you can still save some money if you become a member.
Oh, absolutely.
And if there's a problem financially, then they can help you with that.
Yes, just give us a call or go to our website. There's information on that on our website too.
Let's see, that website.
GoldsboroYMCA.org.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Goldsboro YMCA.org. In fact, it's on the screen right now.
Yes.
Look right down there. You see that? Goldsboro YMCA.org. Now, well, what if somebody doesn't have a computer? And there's still some people that do not use computers.
They can
What's the phone
call
number?
us.
Okay. What is that phone number?
919-778-8557.
919.
And we also have a mobile app.
A mobile
some
app?
people don't have a computer, but they have a smartphone.
That's true.
And if that is the case, you can go into your app store and search for Goldsboro YMCA, and it will pull up right there, and it has a lot of information. You can actually register for a lot of things on the app. All of our exercise schedules are on the app, so you can look up and say, oh, there's Zumba today at 9:30. Let's go.
Wow. Let me see that again.
Right there, see?
Son of a gun. How about that?
You should come take Zumba. You might like it.
Oh, I know. Our guest today has been Amanda Grantham of the Goldsboro Family Y. Yes.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me.
I appreciate you coming in.
Yes.
Thanks.
This is Wayne Goldsboro Television. Thank you for being with us. We're in our middle segment now. This program, by the way, airs at 7 a.m. every morning, Monday through Friday. The show repeats at noon, then it repeats again at 5:30 p.m. What is special about today?
What is special, Wayne?
I'm glad you asked that question. Today is International Literacy Day. It's a very important day as far as literacy is concerned. I think it's Iceland, where it is absolutely mandatory that everybody know how to read. It's the law. In Iceland, everybody reads. There's 100% literacy. All right. Also today is Pardon Day. Pardon me. Today is also Pediatric Hematology Oncology Nurses Day. It's also Virgin Mary Day, and it's World Physical Therapy Day. So take your world out and exercise. PT Day, World Physical Therapy Day. There you go. Here's our trivia question for today. Shall we have a trivia question?
Sure.
Here's our trivia question for today. The category is stamp of approval. How's that? How's that? Give me the name, or tell me who was the very first cartoon character, animation. Who was the first cartoon character to appear on a U.S. postage stamp? Someone everybody knows. Someone everybody loves. Who was the first person to appear on a U.S. postage stamp? And the clue is, stamp collectors, this is the 7th most popular stamp among stamp collectors. Who is it? The phone number to call is BR 549-99999. No, it's not. We're going to take a look at listen to our next interview. Is that okay?
Sure.
And sure, Wayne Alley. And we'll be back after that on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Our guest today in the studio, Sergeant Michael Sweet of GPD, that's Goldsboro Police Department. How you doing, Sergeant?
All right, sir.
Good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. We got some good things to talk about here. We're going to talk about becoming a new policeman here in Goldsboro.
Yes, sir.
There's a move on by the Goldsboro Police Department to add personnel.
That's right.
All right. Well, tell me about that. What are we looking for here?
Right now, we're looking for anybody that's been through BLET or enrolled in BLET now. However, we do have a pre-hire program where we're hiring people to go through basic law enforcement training.
Which is BLET.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad
Yes,
I was going to ask you what that spells.
That's the police academy, basically.
There you go.
But we're having a workshop or a job fair this Wednesday, September 14th. We're having it in 2 sessions. One's going to be between 10 and 1, 10 o'clock in the morning to 1 in the afternoon for everybody that can get away from work possibly.
Okay.
Then there's going to be another session from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay. Now, and this is going to be where?
This is going to be at the Goldsboro Event Center. That's 1501 South Slocum Street.
South Slocum Street, that refurbished
Yes, sir.
Goldsboro Country
Nice
Club
place.
there. Yeah, really nice place there. Okay, well, tell me about who would be the ideal candidate to become a Goldsboro police officer.
Well, obviously, there's some requirements to be a police officer. You know, you've got to be U.S. citizen. You've got to be at least 20 years of age to at least start the basic law enforcement training program. Got to have a fairly clean criminal record.
I'm glad you said fairly, because that doesn't, just because somebody has had a little skirmish or something doesn't disqualify them completely.
you know, normal
but you
traffic.
look into that.
Yes, sir. Normal traffic tickets, stuff like that can be overlooked.
Sure.
But any obviously major felonies, you know.
And that's not good.
No, not at all. Not for a police officer.
No. Okay, so ages
I would say from 20 on up.
20 up.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what sort of, when somebody's not familiar with BLET, with basic law enforcement training, where does one get that training?
Most community colleges in North Carolina give basic law enforcement training. It's 620 hours of training. And again, basically it is the police academy. You have to have that before you become a law enforcement officer certified in North Carolina.
So if someone was interested in becoming a law enforcement officer with the city of Goldsboro, they could come to this and say, yes, I'm interested, what do I have to do? If they haven't had the BLET.
And that's what this program is for, and that's what this workshop or job fair is for. So we can tell folks, this is the application process, this is what basic law enforcement training is like. If you'd like to be pre-hired, this is the steps we need to take, you know, a background investigation, some pre-screenings, things like that. And we're going to have a lot of folks there to help them. We're going to have computers there if they'd like to go ahead and apply online right there on the spot.
Right there.
But yeah.
Okay, so they can come to this event and they can talk to you folks and talk to the people that they need to talk to get this done. They can apply for the job right there.
Yes, sir.
Of becoming a law enforcement person with the city of Goldsboro. And at that point, then they can set up going out to Wayne Community College to take their
That's
BLET.
right. And we're going to assist with all that if possible.
You're going to help as much as you can.
Yeah, we're going to. If they're pre-hired, we're going to try to do everything to set them up for success. We're going to prepare them for basic law enforcement training.
Yeah. How now? The times in which we live,
these are not good times right now. But it all depends on how you look at it. But we need good law enforcement people.
We do. And we're looking for the best at Goldsboro Police Department. Again, the screening process is going to be tough, background investigation is tough, but we are looking for the best.
So again, the ideal candidate would be someone preferably age 20 and older, with a fairly clean record.
Yes, sir.
Reasonably clean. With what about education?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because for basic law enforcement training, all that's required is a GED or high school diploma. However, Goldsboro Police now offers incentives for college education. 2.5% increase for a 2-year degree, and a 5% increase for a 4-year degree.
Those are good incentives.
Oh, yes, sir.
Good incentives.
We also have an incentive for previous law enforcement experience.
That's good. So somebody is a former law enforcement officer with perhaps with another city somewhere.
There's incentive, yes, sir, a pay incentive for that.
Yeah. Well, so where do they start? After they get their BLET, they show up for work, and you say, okay, here's what you're going to do.
Then normally, if they've had no previous law enforcement experience, there's about a 4-month on-the-job training process where they're riding with another officer for that 4 months. Once that's completed and they're checked off on and they pass that, they're put on the street on their own.
I know there's a lot of Boy Scouts who belong to the Explorer post here, and there's a police law enforcement Explorer post.
That's right.
What about those guys? Do those guys ever move on to become law enforcement?
Yes, some of them do. Some of them pursue the career field, and I have seen several of them become law enforcement officers.
So, what sort of time is normally spent by new police officers when they come aboard to the Goldsboro Police Department? What kind of timeline are they expecting to be there? Are they, let's say, 5 years on average, or 10 years, or 20 years? And when is retirement? I'm looking at retirement.
Yeah.
What are they talking about?
Retirement, and we have a good retirement program with the city and the 401k program and all that. It's a 30-year retirement. However, you can save up your sick and vacation time. If a new officer coming in gets, I want to say 12 days a year sick time, 12 days a year vacation time, they can save that up and retire a few years early. I've seen that happen before. But it's a 30-year retirement.
30-year retirement. And they're actually an employee of the city of Goldsboro.
That's right.
And they get all the benefits of a city employee.
Right. Yes, sir.
All right. So what else do we need to add to this?
Well, again, this job fair workshop is going to be Wednesday, September 14th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then there's another session of it at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
That's next Wednesday.
That's right.
That's next Wednesday. And again, it's at the Goldsboro Event Center on South Slocum Street.
That's right, 1501 South Slocum.
1501 South Slocum. Let me have those times again one more time. Two sessions.
It's September 14th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and again at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
All right. Well, I hope you get a bunch of people out there.
I hope we do
need
too.
some good law enforcement. We need some good new law enforcement. We have good law enforcement, but we need new people.
Yes, sir.
Right?
We do.
All right. Let's fill them up. All right. So again, that's Goldsboro Police Department. What if they have a question or two beforehand?
That's what, again, we're there to answer their questions.
All right. So if you have any questions, you find out there.
That's right.
The answer to those questions. Sergeant Michael Sweet with the Goldsboro Police Department. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We're a big water sports family. Have a fairly new boat. Wake surfing is the new thing that we've been doing, and Clint just excelled at it. It was the Wednesday before 4th of July, and we thought we'll go take it out. It was the four of us, his dad, his brother, and myself. And his brother was driving the boat, and I was sitting back with Clint, and my husband was actually in the water, and Clint was our rope guy.
I looked up and saw the boat was turning, and I heard Julie scream.
When Clint fell in, he fell right into the motor. That sound will never leave my mind.
I heard the prop hit. I knew he'd been injured. Just didn't know how bad.
The fear of not knowing if he was coming out of the water was the worst day of my life. I just jumped in. I did what, instinct kicks in. So I put my body under his, and when I pulled his leg out of the water, we could see bone.
I was trying to get the chopper to fly up to life flight, and they didn't want to fly due to the weather.
The ambulance from Crockett, the town we were in, wasn't available, so it was another town they sent the emergency vehicles from. At one point, I will say that his eyes kind of rolled back, and my heart just sunk, like, please no. I'm just saying to myself over and over, please make it, you've got to make this, you can do this, you can't die, I can't lose you.
Well, on the route, my wife called me, and I was so scared at that time. She was going to tell me that he did not make it.
The surgeon that did the surgery happened to be there. Usually he doesn't work around the holidays. He came and told me that, he's going to lose his leg. And at that point I was like, whatever, just save his life. That's all I care about.
If Life Flight would have flown, they don't carry blood. He wouldn't have made it on that trip. Like I said, everything lined up right, and he's alive, and it's a miracle, no doubt. Julie's uncle is on a medical board down in the medical center. We told him we want him to go to Shriners Hospital. He said, that's what I'm hearing too.
My first time going to Shriners Hospital for Children, I didn't know what to think. And I had gotten there and I was in the waiting room, and this is the thing that really changed me. And I saw this little girl, and she was being held by her dad for a reason, because her knee was on the opposite side of her leg. Her foot was like completely turned. A girl that would never walk properly, has never been able to walk properly ever in her life, and I saw her smiling, and I saw her laughing like it was the best time of her life. And I saw that, I was like, this place is amazing.
I just felt like there's nowhere else I would want him to go through this experience. And you just felt at home, this is where we need to be.
And I was like, okay, this is gonna be a journey, guys. This really is. I'm gonna have to learn how to do everything. And I was like, I'm gonna walk again.
Being an above knee amputee is, I would say, exponentially harder than a below knee amputee. Without having control of your anatomical knee, all the support and motion that you have comes from your core and your hips. He's gone through a lot of therapy and worked really hard here at Shriners Hospital to regain the strength after his injury to be a really proficient user.
Clint always expressed a positive attitude. There was a determination that was quite evident from day one. It's the power of positive thinking. Good job. And he's got it.
One of the things I do with my patients is I ask them, give me a list of what you want to be able to do. And he brought me a list before I even asked for it. And that was the moment I knew the first time we met.
I am completely blessed to have been there and to have worked with them. I couldn't thank them enough for giving me that second chance.
He said, Mom, sometimes I think my life is better since I lost my leg, because so many good things have happened to me. And Shriners is part of that. Shriners Hospitals for Children is part of that, and he knows that.
It's the climb I'm taking to be who I was and be even better than I was. Because without them, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't have the things I have. I wouldn't have the confidence that I have.
This is Wayne Goldsboro Television, Wayne County, Goldsboro, North Carolina. Thank you for being with us. Now, what did I forget to mention about the Animal Adoption and Education Center?
It will start opening up every Saturday, starting this Saturday, which is September the 10th, from 10 till 2. And it will only be adoptions only.
Adoptions only. Now, the Animal Adoption and Education Center is at 1600 Clingman Street in Goldsboro, 919-731-1439. So they're opening every Saturday now instead of every other.
Yes.
Well, that is great news, but it's only for adoptions.
Only adoption.
So if you're looking for a new family member, that's a place you'll find one right there. Dogs, cats, whatever. They've got tons of them that need a home. And there's some nice ones out there, too. I mean, some really nice new animals that need homes, older dogs, younger dogs, kittens and kattens, all kinds of goodies there. 1600 Clingman Street, 919-731-1439. On our list of events from the Wayne County Veterans and Patriots Coalition for the month of September, coming up Saturday we have two events. One is the Military Order of Purple Heart will be having their meeting.
What about 8th?
Oh, the 8th also. That's true. That's today.
Yeah.
Today, the 8th, the Disabled American Veterans, DAV, Donald Kirkman, Chapter 45, meeting tonight at 7 o'clock at the DAV office on East Mulberry Street. And then two events on Saturday. Military Order of Purple Heart will meet at 10:30 in the morning Saturday at the DAV office on East Mulberry Street. And also the American Legion Wayne Post 11, again, as I mentioned earlier, will have their 97th anniversary. That all begins at 1 o'clock. That's on Highway 117 South, there immediately south of the Wayne County Fairgrounds. Now, here's the answer to today's trivia question. The question was, what famous cartoon character was the first cartoon character to appear on a U.S. postage stamp? If you said Porky Pig, you'd be wrong. The answer is Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny was the first to appear on a U.S. postage stamp. I don't remember the year, but this particular stamp, is the 7th most popular among stamp collectors. Bugs Bunny, the answer to today's trivia question, who, according to the story, was born in New York City. Brooklyn, as a matter of fact, and with a little bit of Bronx in there. Well, if you hear him talk, he's got a Brooklyn accent, but a little bit of Bronx thrown in for good measure. And that's it for today. I know we're all happy to hear about that. Let's do it again bright and early tomorrow morning. We'll be here at 7 o'clock. In the meantime, please drive carefully and always wear your seatbelt. Until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner.
And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.